You gotta get it out. Let's all do our angry yell.
Let's.
I don't get angry.
Alright, what do you got? What do you got?
What up, y'all?
Good, because you can pumps you up.
We just got done filming our seller systems for season 2 of our Boom Real Estate podcast, and it was awesome. This is the thing. When you're talking about sellers, you need to make sure that you are on top of your game, because this is the most important investment for those people, most likely. So they want somebody that has a great business practice in place, and a lot of what comes from those business practices are systems. Having the systems from pre-contract, pre-appointment even, all the way through the appointment, after appointment, listing the home, post-listing the home, closing on the home, after closing, all those things, you need systems, and that's what we just talked about, and you can see it on the Boom podcast, season 2, seller systems, boom.
So we roll on with season 2. We're talking about systems. We did buyer systems. We just wrapped that up.
Yep.
And now we are getting into seller systems.
You get done, first thing you can do is go back to your computer, or even right there in your car if you are mobile friendly. You want to create a client folder and write down details of the conversation. So now this may be in your CRM, it can be wherever you want it to be, but make sure while it's fresh, write down details. Like if you talked about price, write that down. If you talked about the timeline, write that down. Next steps, what do you need to do? Because the last thing you want to do is walk away and be like, oh, what were we gonna list for? When did they want to list? And then all of a sudden it's not fresh in your mind. Then you're gonna shoot them a follow-up email. In that email, you're detailing the next steps so that everybody's on the same page. Plus, you now have a record of what the next steps are so that you can go back to it if you're like, oh shoot, what was I doing on this one? You go back, oh, that's what the email said, all right? Another handwritten thank you. Send them a handwritten thank you. It's so great to see you. If you want to go next level, send them a little gift that came up from the conversations. Like a lot of times will be if they offer me a drink and we talk about some kind of liquor or booze or some beer or something like that, I'll go find them some beer and then I'll have the beer delivered, and then all of a sudden now, especially if they're like competing and you got other agents competing and we're the ones that send a little gift, they're like, man, those guys are just on top of it. And that's how they'll be with my listing.
Okay, so we just had a great podcast all about systems of recruiting, which is super exciting, and it's all about thinking about recruiting in a different way. So kind of like how we think about working with our clients, and we have all these systems to work with a buyer and a seller, but when it comes to growing our team and adding team members, we don't always think about it so systematically. So in this podcast, we talked about the way to really break it down and be on purpose and be super professional and be picking the right people and putting them into a great system for success.
Let's talk about recruiting. Yeah. We're in season 2 talking about systems, and today, this episode, systems for recruiting.
Okay guys, first we're going to start with the how. What platforms are you going to use to recruit and attract quality agents? 1, social media. It is a huge place that you can hop on and attract potential team members to your team. So we have like a outline that we work with our marketing coordinator, and she can put ads out. We do a couple videos a year, we do a couple ads a year, and then just throughout our business and days, we're putting content out that would attract people to us. We also talked about Todd's socks a lot, which was mediocre, but kind of interesting.
Happy day to you, everybody. Well, nope, I don't care for this. What's happening over here? Oh boy, Todd has put his feet up on the desk. I'm gonna just try to block that. His feet up in my face.
Look at my sexy look.
I don't care for how you went for your straw just now.
What's your rule of thumb on sock holes? I personally think...
No, this is a good question. This is actually a good question.
If the hole's on the base of the foot where nobody really sees it, most likely, you roll with it, right? Like it needs to be visible.
It really
Here, I'll tell you guys, I am the second it has the tiniest of holes. It's in the trash for me. I hate it.
I don't have a lot of flexion in my feet when I walk, so you're not going to see the bottom of my feet. But you will see the sides of my feet, and so I am very wary of that. Very
Why don't you just get new socks, man?
Like,
retention is huge because you spend a lot of time and energy recruiting agents to be on your team or staff to be on your team, and then you spend time investing in them to train them, get them up to speed, help them have success. And so if you then immediately lose them, you've lost a lot of time and a lot of effort and energy. So we talked in this episode about ways to make sure that you're keeping all the great people that you brought onto your team.
Today, we're talking about systems for retention.
Yes.
Retention.
We can't just recruit people, we gotta retain people.
To build a great retention system, if you can create loyalty amongst your team, and that's why people stay together. First thing, create team member to team member interactions. This is great, and something we've really been working on is getting the team members to bond. It's not just the leader. So things like accountability challenges and when you do little breakout sessions at meetings, or you pair them up to do a task. And a hot tip, are you ready for this one? Let the wrong people leave. Right? Anyway, I think that's important on retention. Yeah, you just gotta let the wrong people go, man.
Oh no! That scared me again.
Todd did a manual sounder for this game, and the game was not awesome, but the sounder was magical, and I was always looking the wrong way when he would manually do it, and it scared the crap out of me both times he did it.
Good. Oh no! Oh no! That scared me. Oh, I was looking the other direction. That scared me. But I love the sounder. Christian, fire the sounder again. Photo ball. Wow.
So you definitely want to check it out. Go to iTunes, Boom Podcast. Can't wait to see you there. Boom Real Estate Podcast. See you there. Socks.